It's Costa with Extra Sports 1360's Mike Costa. Welcome back to the rail. Thank you for
thanks for having me back.
For coming in. You know, since we last spoken, we have a new World Series champion. Let's quickly get that out of the way. Red Sox, best in the world, best team ever?
I don't know if they're the best team ever. They were certainly the best team in baseball this year, and they were certainly better than the Dodgers. And I realize that it's petty and it's sophomoric and very immature, but it's so great when the Dodgers lose. It really is. And to have to watch them sit in their dugout and watch another team celebrate a World Series victory on their field for the second year in a row, life is good.
It's a little petty on our part because
100%.
We're mired in our own little baseball hell. And
it's jealousy. It's all jealousy.
But let's get to the big topic of the day. Nick Canepa for the UT wrote an article suggesting that the only path forward for the San Diego Chargers, or excuse me, for the team formerly known as the San Diego Chargers, is to become the San Diego Chargers again. It ain't never going to happen. Why? But it's such clickbait because everybody goes for it. Right?
No, you're right, and it's such a great topic of conversation. Here, the thing is, they realize that in order to come back and be successful, the NFL does. You're probably not going to have the Spanos name attached to the ownership of the team if they were to come back. And Stan Kroenke, as much as people say he wants to divest himself of Dean Spanos, the Chargers are no threat to Stan Kroenke.
At all.
He wants them in Los Angeles. He knew having to partner with the Raiders and share a stadium.
That could be problematic.
That would be problem. The Chargers are persona non grata. He's like, whatever, yeah, I'll bring him along as a renter. Who cares? He's no threat to their base.
So the people that keep kind of falling for it, they don't realize that the Chargers have one path forward, and that's the 100-year plan. 20 years from now, there will be a different generation of fans. We'll all be worm food.
Right.
You know. And
no, it's a great point on your part because you'll have a generation of kids who have grown up with not only two teams in Los Angeles, but will know them only as the Los Angeles Chargers. They don't give a you know what about the San Diego history. That's how you build a rock base of a fan base.
We are a week out from the election.
Yes.
Obviously, there's some soccer fans who will be taking interest. We had Mark Ziegler from the UT also a week ago. He had this to say, being that he's our residential soccer expert. Take a listen to this. We'll get your reaction.
I don't think Soccer City has a chance to get to that 50% threshold. I think we can all agree on that. I think the question now is, does San Diego State get to the 50% threshold plus one that they need to win? If both of them lose, it goes back to a request for proposal at City Hall. If San Diego State wins, now the next question becomes what happens to soccer in San Diego. And I don't think it's necessarily dead because they've got a stadium proposal. Their stadium is going to be designed by a company that's designed the last half dozen Major League Soccer stadiums, built the soccer specs. I think their phone starts ringing with prospective MLS teams.
Does the phone start ringing? First of all, how's it going to play out? Do you agree with it? What are you saying?
I do, and I always feel smarter when I hear Mark Ziegler talk. He's one of the best at what he does.
Yes, he is.
And I think G is going to get past the threshold. I think what you're seeing from E now with all their horrendous attack ads is they realize this thing is over. Let's see if we can drag G down. It's going to pass. And J.D. Wicker, the athletic director of San Diego State, has said time and time again, absolutely they would welcome an MLS team into the new stadium as well.
So, all right. So we'll hold you to that.
Sure.
We'll have you back in a week later to see if you're right or wrong.
Okay.
See if you're both rather. First college football poll up.
Isn't it amazing? Alabama and Clemson are, okay, those are your givens. But the fact that you have LSU with one loss at 3, Notre Dame undefeated at 4, and oh, that's right, because Alabama and LSU are playing this weekend in Baton Rouge. So there you go.
So how much credence do you put?
0.
So first of all, you know Alabama's going to lose one game because they always do.
It's coming.
And then LSU, you calling it?
No, I think Alabama will beat them. And then they have that tough one against the Citadel next week. So I'm going through their schedule in my mind going, wait a second, they may not lose a game. Maybe in the SEC Championship.
That's where they usually start.
Yeah.
All right, Lakers are off to a 2-5 start. LeBron is talking about patience. This soundbite was being played all over the world. Take a listen to this.
Yeah.
LeBron, you've been preaching patience this whole year. At what point does that patience run out, and what do you look like as a leader when your patience does run out?
You probably don't want to be around when my patience run out.
There's a lot of Kobe in that guy.
A little bit.
So how long does Luke Walton survive all this?
I think what happens, what Luke has going against him is the fact that Magic Johnson and GM Rob Pelinka, they didn't hire Luke Walton. They did bring LeBron James in, though, and they know that they have to at least make the playoffs this year. If they don't, abject failure of a season. So I think the rope is getting pretty short with Luke Walton and his tenure.
If they miss the playoffs with the King?
Disaster.
Ty Montgomery made a bad decision returning a kick against the Rams, going back to the football. We'll look at it here. 48 hours later, he is no longer with the Green Bay Packers.
No.
Was that move in response to his ill-fated attempt to...
Yes, because he had the problems on the sideline before the game. He didn't think he was getting to the game enough. Him returning that football when he should have taken a knee or just let it go is him trying to, put himself into the action, say, hey, I can make something happen for this football team. Yeah, he did. He helped lose the game. Yeah. And you had players for the Packers anonymously saying, what the blank is he doing? And enough of those guys spoke up. They had to get rid of him.
All right, we have 15 seconds left. Why all the trades in the NFL right now?
I think you have teams that realize they're close. Look at the Rams. Even though they're 8-0, they pick up Fowler from Jaguars. Chips all into the middle of the table.
Win now mentality.
Pretty much.
Got to win it. All right, we have run out of time. We'll have Costa again coming up in a little bit. We'll also have all this coming your way tonight on the ASR 8 Prep Playoff Stops. Hope you tune in for that. I'm done.